Well, as we're rehearsing, it feels very much as though it is a love story, actually. And the reason it makes it a love story for me is because it's not so much the Hollywood love story that I think I probably grew up thinking it was. It's about this curmudgeonly older man and this quite naive girl. But the reason it makes it a love story that I'm convinced by is because she, in the end, don't want to give too much away, comes to things under her own terms. So it's quite a modern love story, I think. Even though the journey there is terrible and he says some awful things, it's a love story for me, I think. It seems perfectly plausible to me, the way we're doing it at the moment, that Higgins defrosts. He's not always going to be this obnoxious, demanding, ridiculous human being who says awful things. And even if he might say dreadful things, I think it's partly to amuse himself and perhaps others. And I think the way that this piece evolves, you can have a defrosting. And while I don't think anyone should think they could change somebody, I think one of the ways that we're doing this piece, both Eliza and Higgins come to an understanding about themselves, which means that they evolve, which is why I think we've hopefully successfully managed to defy what could be a hideously offensive take on the story. And I wouldn't want to play it like that. I wouldn't want her to be compliant and submissive, because I think there wouldn't be the friction that you need for the story to be told well. While I would sing opera usually, this being a musical, I think each song has to be so much to do with the way the character develops. I think when she's unrefined and full of aspirations, but a sense of that this may never happen, even though she has these big dreams, that's a very different way of singing to when she's enraged with Henry Higgins or falling in love with this man because she's danced with him and he's softened towards her. And there's all sorts of wonderful character developments. Each song is so different that I think it requires a very different vocal colour. And I think if I were to sing it entirely as an opera singer, we'd be cheating the story a little bit.